Hello, welcome. I'm Dr. Paul with True Health Center. We're an extension of Westside Family Acupuncture, and it's our mission to help people regain their health or keep their health. So today's video is just a short video about what is health? What is it? And one of the best ways to look at health is to look at the level of endurance you have, physical endurance you have. You know, we all have the idea of mental endurance, the idea that I can be able to go through trials and hardships and those kind of issues that rise up in life, and we can push our way through and make it through it, that ability to have mental endurance. And the same way here is physical endurance, that ability to do activity, to complete activities, to be able to have a certain workload that we can work with and we can get through and we can endure it. And so health in many ways is, what is your endurance level? We have a couple pictures here we could look at. I have here one level of endurance determines their functional health. And this is true. For instance, we may look at this young lady here and we find out that she's lost quite a bit of her functional health because she doesn't have the endurance to be able to walk down the path on her own. She needs help. So she's lost a lot of her health. And we look at this lady and she looks like she could do quite a bit of work, and she's on the treadmill and she has the ability to endure a certain workload, even not only just walking, but being able to maybe walk fast and be able to do it for a few miles. So that's the idea of health, is the kind of endurance level that one has. And how do we measure that endurance? Well, you may not have heard of it before, but health is measured by cardiorespiratory exercise testing. This is better known as VO2 max testing. It's the ability to test the range and level of one's endurance, and that is often called cardiorespiratory fitness. So let's take a quick look at that. This is one of our test panels. There's 8 panels, and this one's one of them. The red line here is the heart rate, and as you can see, it continues to climb up. We're working her out. And then we have the blue one, which is the carbon dioxide, the CO2 she's producing, and she's doing well with that. And then the green one is her oxygen, how well she's being able to extract oxygen and use it all the way down. And we see that she starts her workout around 70 beats, if you look over here to the right. And we continue to add more and more workload. We adjust the speed of the treadmill and we adjust the incline of the treadmill. And you can see that we take her heart rate from 70 up to 170. And as she's going up, her heart rate, is she able to endure it? Can she take that level of exercise? Can she take that level of activity? And she can. In fact, she ends up being outstanding. Her oxygen level just continues to pretty much be the same. She can produce it all the way. You just see that nice flat line. And even here, when she starts really having to work out at about 158 beats a minute of her heart, we see that she just gradually goes up and she trails off towards the end of the test. She never really runs out of oxygen. She doesn't run out of endurance. And that was a 13-minute test with a heart rate of from 70 to 170. So that's 100 beats in her heart rate. The range of that shows great endurance, that young lady does. And then we have another one, this young man, and this, I know this guy because he's me. And he starts off around 80 beats, and he's going to run up to 170 beats. So we got about 80, 85 beats there. And we notice his oxygen level comes, he's doing good, and he does pretty well. Not as good as the previous one. He's starting to lose a little bit at a time, but not real sharply. He's able to go from this heart rate of 100 up to 160, 65 beats till the test ends over here. He does really well. He has a good endurance, he has a nice heart rate range, right, of about 85 beats. So there's some good endurance there. Well, now we look at this one and we see that, he starts the exercise somewhere around 70 beats and he gets up to 145 beats. So less of a heart rate range there. we see as he begins to exercise here around a heart rate range of 110 beats, he starts to lose his ability to extract oxygen. And by this time at 120 beats, so about 10 beats here, he's running out of air. He has a 10 beat heart range here where his endurance can only last a short time. In fact, it's 45 seconds on this test. So again, let's notice there's a shortness in time, 45 seconds, and there's a limited range in his heart rate beat range. So here he has about 10 beats. The previous one, we see that I was able to go about 85 beats. This young lady went 100 beats of endurance, but he's very limited. Let's go to the next one. We see here this one starts somewhere around 60 beats and runs a range somewhere here around 130 beats. And we see they seem to be doing well around 85, 90 beats. But here we see they start to lose their efficiency, and that's around 110 beats. And then they've ran out of their endurance by about 118 beats. So we only really have a very short range here, maybe of 6 beats of their heart when they're already running out of air. Very low endurance, very poor health. This kind of low endurance, this low cardiorespiratory health, we see here very low. This puts us at high risk for cardiovascular disease, high risk for other morbidities and mortality. This is exactly what you don't want. We don't want to see someone this in this kind of shape, and yet many of us are. You know, you lose a lot of your health from going from ages 30 to 40, and then it's a continual decline unless we do something about it. We're here to help people. We want to see them actually increase their health. So health can simply be measured by the level of endurance. If you're finding it difficult to just do daily tasks, then you really need to think seriously about making changes in your life, and we can help you do that. In 2016, the American Heart Association said the most important correlate of health was this VO2 max testing, is this cardiorespiratory health and fitness. The idea of what is your endurance level, the most important. It is the strongest predictor of cardiovascular disease and all-cause mortality. And they recommended all adults should have their cardiorespiratory fitness measured on a regular basis. So we want to encourage you. Let's get healthy. Let's move forward. If you want to improve your health, if you want to reduce serious risk factors, if you want to lose weight and get into shape, if you want your health tested and you want to know your true health status, call us. Ask for Dr. Paul. Ask for me. I'll talk to you. We will help you get there. So, let me just conclude again. Health can be measured by the level of endurance we have. And if you find you have very low endurance, act now. Don't wait. Take care of yourself. Anyway, we look forward to hearing from you if we can be helpful. Thank you.